So let's graph a function y equals mx plus b. First of all, let's see. First of all, let's just let's go over what those letters mean. So b is our y-intercept. So this is our y-intercept, and this is where we start. That's our starting point. Okay, that's our starting point. Now my m, this is the slope. So I'm gonna write down here slope. And the slope we write, this is a rise over run. So when we go from the starting point, if the number in front of the x is positive, we are gonna go the number of units up. If it's negative, we will go down. Now to run, if the number under the line is gonna be positive, if it's positive, we will go to the right. And if it's negative, we will go to the left. Okay, so let's see how that looks like. So I have a function, let's say y equals negative 1/2 or 1/2x minus 3. Okay, so as we said, so this negative 3, that is my starting point. Okay, that's the y-intercept. So I'm going to draw circle on negative 3, and now we have negative 1/2. So you have negative 1, so you go 1 unit down, and then this 2 is positive, so we go 2 units to the right. Okay, so we go 1 down and 2 to the right, make a dot. 1 down, 2 to the right. Okay, 1 down, 2 to the right. Also, you can have it like, let's say if you have a graph, there is no more space, we can also look at it as 1 is positive, and let's say this 2 can be negative. So we would go 1 up and 2 to the left. 1 up, 2 to the left. 1 up, 2 to the left. Okay, so you're gonna get the same line, and then let's see if I will be able to connect the dots. Okay. Oopsie. All right. So let me try to connect the dots, and this is gonna be our graph. Okay, so again, we're gonna start with the y-intercept, and then we're going to draw the slope and draw a line. Okay, so let's see second. So let's say if I have a function y equal, let's say y equals x. Okay, so in this case, this is actually the basic function. What is the y-intercept here? Well, look at that as y equals x plus 0. So the y-intercept is 0. It's the origin. That means that our line goes through the origin. So I'm gonna start here. And every time my students see this kind of equation, they always ask me, well, there is no number in front of the x, so what should I do? Well, you can always write 1/1. I call them invisible 1. So that means that we're gonna go from the origin 1 unit up, 1 to the right, 1 unit up, 1 to the right, 1 unit up, 1 to the right, and so on. Or we can also, if we want to go the opposite side, we can write this as a negative 1 over negative 1, right? So 1 unit down and 1 to the left. 1 down, 1 left. And now we can draw. I'm still learning how this pen works, so I'm still learning. Oopsie. Okay. Well, maybe I'm just gonna connect the dots without a ruler. And we're gonna connect the dots and graph y equals x. Okay, so let's try one more. How about y equals negative 3x plus 5? All right, so where do I start again? I'm gonna start at the y-intercept. I'm gonna start with the y-intercept, which is again 0, 5. So I'm gonna start at this point. That's my starting point. and then I have negative 3x, so this is my slope, negative 3, but there is no number, right? So what do? You can write as a negative 3 over 1. So this is your rise over run. So we're going to go 3 units down, 1, 2, 3, and 1 unit to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1 unit to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1 unit to the right. Okay? And if I wanted to go the opposite way, I could just write 3 as a positive and negative 1. So I would go 1, 2, 3, and 1 unit to the left. Okay? So let's connect the points here. Oh, no. Let's go back. So, okay. So this is a sketched line. I cannot really say I graphed it, I kind of sketched it because it's not straight line. Okay, so that will be for graphing function, a function in the form of y equals mx plus b.